Hey everybody, Ron Bielefeld, Whistling Wings Photography. Welcome to another video. This is my video newsletter. Most of my newsletters have been written, typed out, a bunch of pictures. I've done some video newsletters in the past, so I'm changing it up. I'm going to do another video newsletter. It's always nice to have variety. I don't know, maybe I'll just do all of these from now on. I doubt it. I'll probably flip-flop back and forth. Just like to do things different from time to time. It gets boring doing the same thing over and over again. So, what am I going to talk about in my newsletter? Two main things. First is a new tour that's coming up that I'm going to be leading. Well, it's not a overall new tour. I've done it before, but we had to skip last year because one of the main characters in the tour, the main birds, disappeared. It's my Peregrine Falcons tour, and the female disappeared. So, basically right before we were going to do the tour, so I canceled it because who knows what's going to happen. But the male has paired with a new female, still using the same areas, and they actually raised a couple chicks this past breeding season. So 2025 breeding season is looking really good. So I'm going to offer my Peregrine Falcons tour again in 2025. I don't do this tour alone. I do it with another good friend of mine. His name is Harry Collins. Maybe you've heard of him. He's a very good photographer, a very good videographer. If you haven't checked out Harry's stuff, go ahead and Google him online. Harry Collins photography is all over the place out there, so you'll be able to find his stuff. He's a great guy to work with. And we're going to offer this tour in February, mid-February or so, because that's a great time to get them when they are starting to do really cool stuff, like copulations and food exchanges and all that kind of cool stuff. Peregrine Falcons. Just take a look at some of the pictures we've gotten, some of the video footage we've gotten on this tour in the past. Who doesn't get excited about photographing Peregrine Falcons? It's an amazing opportunity, this location, to get some unbelievable shots of this species. So if you're interested, if it gets you excited to potentially photograph Peregrine Falcons up close, check out the information down below. There's a link to my webpage on this tour down there, and you can get a whole bunch more information. Hey, you can even sign up for the tour if you want. We're taking 6 people. That's it. So hopefully, more than likely, it'll fill up pretty fast. But anyway, Peregrine Falcons, and we don't just do Peregrine Falcons. We do sea ducks too. Harlequins, long-tailed ducks, stuff like that. So it's not just all about Peregrine Falcons, but a lot of it is. So it's a little bit of variety in there. If you're interested in doing that tour, check it out. Yeah, I'm excited about doing it again. I was really worried that after the female died that was it. That was going to be, we think she died anyway. She'd been around for a while. So yeah, I'm excited about being able to do it again. That's the type of thing. You always say, I can do that next year. I can do that. Hey, these opportunities aren't forever. Who knows when this is going to happen? Or how, or how long it's going to go on. Maybe just this year, maybe next, who knows? But it's not going to be forever. So if you want to do it, it's never too early. Second thing I want to talk about, main thing I want to talk about in this newsletter, is this thing right here. Canon's new mirrorless camera, the R5 Mark II. Hey, I'm sure a lot of you know about this camera. Maybe a lot of you already have one. And if you do, you know what I'm about to say. It's an amazing camera. For me, it's the most refined camera I've ever used for the type of photography I do. Birds in flight, a lot of action stuff, 45 megapixels, a really great autofocus system that's fast and can keep up with the action. It's the autofocus system of the R3, and if those of you know about the R3, the autofocus system in that camera is amazing. This is basically that autofocus system plus a little bit more refinement even, I think. I've done 2 videos on this camera so far. Down below, at the very end of this newsletter, you can find links to my YouTube channel and you can see the 2 videos I've done. The first one, initial impressions of this camera for birds in flight, wildlife photography. The second one is a menu deep dive. I go through every menu of this camera, setting it up for bird and bird in flight photography. So if you're interested in those, check it out. Unbelievable camera. I love it. I'm probably going to end up with 2 of these cameras. Sell my R3, sell my R5, sell my R7, get rid of all that stuff. Have 2 R5 Mark IIs. Big advantage to having 2 of the same cameras. Set them up exactly the same. And just go from there. The R1, we'll see what that brings. We already know it's only going to be 24 megapixels, or it is 24 megapixels. It's a little short on resolution for birds. So, R5 Mark II, really happy about that. Other tours that I have going on, day tours here in Florida. Barred owls right now, if you're interested in doing a barred owl tour. Some great action for barred owls right now. And that's now through the end of October, somewhere in there. And then my winter tour that I do, belted kingfishers. Yeah, belted kingfishers. I look forward to this every year. It's so much fun photographing these very difficult to get close to. They're super skittish, as those of you who've tried to photograph belted kingfishers know. We do it 18 feet away of the perch, from blinds, on the edge of a pond. Barred owl tours from a boat. This is not. Belted kingfishers is from the shoreline of a pond, small pond, in hides, blinds, whatever you want to call them. And those tours run from mid-November through the end of February each year. And it's a lot of fun. Again, information down below in the newsletter. You can click on links down there to go to my website and get more information on these tours. Sign up for the tours. Hey, that's what it's all about in the end. For me, I love interacting and shooting with people. Much more fun than going out by yourself. And of course, it's a business. Got to make a little bit of money doing this, or, you won't see me anymore. So anyway, that's about it for tours. Montana tour, another tour that I do. I've got 1 spot left in that tour. And that's in mid-June coming up. So you can, again, see more information down below on that. And then, this thing right here. My speed shooter harness system. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it before if you've watched any of my videos. It takes, you can shoot lenses like this, 600 f4, 400 2.8, heavy equipment with no weight on your hands and arms. Shoot all day, no fatigue, move around. It's for action photography. It is not for astrophotography. It is not for landscape photography. It is basically, if you're out with a tripod and a gimbal head and shooting birds and wildlife and things like that, moving around, that's what this does, except you don't have to deal with the tripod. Okay, and it takes all the weight off your hands and arms, gives you the mobility of hand holding without all the weight and strain. Now, I said it's good for heavy lenses, but it's good for lighter equipment as well. So many people think, hey, if I don't shoot this heavy stuff, I don't need that. Hey, I use it with my 200 to 800, my 100 to 500, because it's still, after a long day, keeps you fresh. More than just removing the weight from your hands and arms, it adds so much stability with the chest strap and stability strap that goes to the monopod that is used with this system. So if you want extra stability versus hand holding, this will do it. This will do it. And great for video work. So enough on that. Again, I need to mention it. I've sold thousands of these now. And if you're interested, go to www.speed-shooter.com. You can find all the information that you want about my speed shooter harness system. It's a tool. It's a tool like a monopod or a tripod or a gimbal head or anything like that. It's not for every type of photography, but if you do the type of stuff that I do, then it's a very valuable tool a lot of times. What else? I don't know. I think that's about it. Video newsletters. I like them from time to time. Hey, I hope you have great light. I hope you're getting great images. Be safe out there. I'll see you next month, or maybe even before that. See ya.